Hi, Griffin Nation. My name's Coach Hunt, and I'm the Athletic Director at Great Hearts Northern Oaks. I wanted to take a minute and send a short video out to all the families who are trying to register for athletics in the fall. I've been overwhelmed with the number of student athletes who have started the registration process. And in the face of COVID and the tentative nature of sports right now with the changing schedules, it's it really made me happy to see how many people are just willing to put themselves out there and to get back to normal and to try to play something that they love. So thank you for all of you who have registered. Now, I am going to extend the registration deadline because of the trouble that some of us had to get all the documentation done. And I'm also going to add some new documents for you to register as well. We've got numbers. We're going to compete. That's exciting. We're just waiting on the seasons to start. For now, what we got to do is get all our paperwork done and set up so that the coaches can really get in there and prepare for the season. So I'm going to do two things with the rest of this video. First, I'm going to quickly talk you through what the fall season is going to look like as of right now. And then I'm going to actually share my screen with you and take you through a step-by-step process of registering an athlete. So bear with me if you're having trouble registering or uploading a document or something like that. I'm going to take you through that on this video. But first, let me tell you a little bit about what we have for the season. So fall includes 3 sports, if you don't already know that. It's going to be cross country, flag football, and volleyball. Now, the high school and the middle school are 2 different leagues. So the high school is going to participate in UIL for volleyball and cross country, but UIL doesn't have flag football, so flag football will be with what we call TIC-SAL. And then the middle school will also be with TIC-SAL. What TIC-SAL's done is moved their calendars. They've just shifted everything in their calendar to accommodate for the different start times for the different cities based on their Metro Health directives and when they can come back together and practice. So start date for TIC-SAL is going to be October 24th or 26th. That's when they'll be able to play their first game. We'll practice as soon as we get back brick and mortar. That's what the San Antonio Metro Health directive says, and that's what we plan to do. Now, the high school with the UIL has done things a little differently. So, for instance, volleyball, some of the schools in the UIL are allowed to practice, and some aren't. So, what they had to do was change the way that the game schedule looked. So, they bumped back based on the UIL rules, how much time they had for practice, and then when we could start our first game to try to fit the season in time to still move into somewhat of a normal winter season. So for volleyball, they're going to start on September 18th. That'll be their first game. Now, we'll get the schedule out to everyone once they're registered, but that's kind of what they've done. And then they've got it all the way through October 26th or October 19th. I can't remember that date exactly for a district cutoff. And then if we make it past district, then there will be districts, area, regionals, and then state when we make it all the way to state. Cross country will be similar. I won't make up, but I'll find our own invitationals that are allowed through the months of mostly October. And then at the end, when we're moving into the beginning of November, we'll get into our district meets moving into state through December. So that's the fall. TIC-SALs goes from, like I said, October 24th and 26th, depending on if you're flag football or volleyball, all the way into the end of December, like right before Christmas time. And I think that they'll have some state meets when they return from the Christmas winter break. So that's the fall season, the schedule, roughly speaking, as we have it. You'll get more details from your coach once you've registered and we've completed the registration process and all that paperwork is complete. The coaches will be reaching out to you. They're going to give you schedules when they have it. They'll give you what tryouts will look like. They're going to give you what our COVID risk mitigation response is and how we're going to do that in the season and in the tryouts and all that good stuff. So we don't have to send that to everyone in the entire community. They'll send those to those that will be applicable for when they register. So thank you again for those of you who have registered. If you haven't and you're watching this video, go ahead. We have more room. We've got plenty of time to do our tryouts. This is going to be really great, and we're going to still have a good amount of time to practice. So I'm really, really excited. That being said, let's talk a little bit more about the nitty-gritty of registering. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. Now, I've always approached this from the administrative side. My daughter's in second grade, so she's not registered for a sport yet. But I'm going to register today so that we can see what it looks like. So I will share my screen with you all, and here we go. So you should be looking at the Register My Athlete screen. Give me a minute. Let me get this floating media control out of the way. All right, here we go. So you should be looking at Register My Athlete. Now, if you haven't set up an account yet, you're going to create an account. If you have already set up an account, you need to know your password. If you don't, email me and I can reset the password for you. Or you can email Coach Martinez. He can also reset the password for you. So let's say you already have your account, you log in. Now, because I'm a coach and an administrator, I have these three, but you'll just probably have one. So you click on the parent to register your athlete. Here's our first screen. So we're going to go to start or complete a registration. Okay, looks like I don't have any yet, so I click start. Now I'm going to select the school first, Great Hearts Northern Oaks. Then I need to select my athlete. Now, like I said, I only have Abigail. Well, I have two others, but I only have Abigail in school. So I'm going to select her. I'm going to use that selected athlete. Now it's going to ask me for the year and the sport. So it gives me the drop-down opportunities, or the year, and then the opportunities for sports in the fall. Those are the only ones we have active at this time. So I'm going to register her for middle school. Why is middle school cross country not showing up? Because I dropped her when I practiced this earlier. So that would make sense why it's not showing up again. But you know what? She didn't want to do cross country. Now she's going to try volleyball. So if that happens for some reason, I have not dropped any other athlete besides my daughter on this roster, so it shouldn't. But if it does, email me and I can always go and put them in there. All right, confirm selection. Hunt Abigail, middle school volleyball. I have selected the correct information. Here we go. Additional opportunities. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to say no. She's not ready to go to college just yet. I don't need the free recruiting profile. If you want to, I know parents have done that in the past, and they can get some information from different things on how to get your child into like a pool for recruiting. All right, here we go. Let's go to physical documents because that's the more difficult part. So I'm gonna pull that up. Now, like I said, we have the two main ones. There's a third one if you've not registered your athlete ever before, that you would need a physical, which that includes the pre-participation physical examination with the physician's signature. This is not showing up for me. Well, you know what? I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these, and we'll just see what happens. So if I didn't have the form, the athletic permission form, I would download it, right? And I would print it from here. So I print it, and then I would have to fill it out. So let's say I print this. I already printed it, and then once I get it, I fill it out, right? And now this is the difficult part. Some of you may have fancy printers, scanners. Some of you may not. We all have fancy phones for the most part. If not, you're gonna have to bring it up in person, which will take a lot longer because we'll have to get through all the chain till it gets to me to scan it. The best way to do it is to take a picture of it with your phone, and notes. If you use an iPhone, I don't know about anything other than an iPhone, but if you use an iPhone, you can use your notes, and it has a scanning app in there, and then you just email that scanned document to you, and it shows up as PDF. Save it from your email to your desktop or wherever you want to save it, and then you can just upload that by clicking here, upload complete form, choose the file. So I've done that. I used my notes and scanned it, and then I'm just going to go into the file where did I put it? Who knows? Getting a little glimpse into all the forms that I have. Abigail, athletic permission, or did I do medical history? I don't remember, and it matters which one you did. So, oh, this is GHTX athletic permission. So I'm going to choose file again. And I'm going to go back into the thing. And I'm going to choose the athletic permission. And I'm going to open it. Boom. There it is. Submit. Sorry, I like to whistle a lot. Same thing. Now here, I want to show this to you so you can see the information your school would like you to read is hosted at another site. Please click the read document. The site will be open in a new tab. So it's going to open that up for you because I've just linked it to the UIL website that provides the documentation for us. And I want you to notice this first page is medical history, but it's part of the normal physical exam. So when you do go to do a physical, that was crazy language, but you're gonna see that it has both. We will always require both if you're in need of a physical. But this year, because of COVID, if you did a physical last year, if you had one done for your child, I should say, you only need to submit the medical history if you were a part of our school. So let me say that again. If you competed in athletics for our school last year, you will not need a physical examination. That's this one here, signed by a physician. He'll sign it here, or she'll sign it here. But you just need the medical history form, and this can be done by parents and children. I need a signature from both the student and the parent, and then I need a date. Those all go right here, here, and here. So you print it. You can toss the other page, or do one, or just print one page. Then you're gonna scan it by using your notes app or whatever you need to use to get it to enter a PDF and saved onto your desktop. And then once you've done that, close this out. I'm going to upload that completed form, and I'm going to do that the same way that I did the other one. Abigail Medical History, open that one, and I'm going to submit it. Now I've submitted 2 hard documents that way, and all other hard documents that require physical signatures need to be submitted that way. And if it was asking for the physical document, I'm not sure why that's not asking me for that. It might be something to do with Abigail being in 2nd grade, or it might be it might be the way that because of the registration, I'm doing this after the registration deadline. So I'm going, like I said, I'm going to extend that deadline, but I'll figure that part out. Once you've uploaded those hard documents and figured out what you need, you should be good to go. Now I'm going to add some more documentations required by UIL. So you'll have to do a few more of those and read through them carefully. Their concussion protocol, their cardiac arrest protocol, like procedures, just to be aware of those things. And then what was the other one? I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. Oh, but I have it right here. So on the UIL website, they have what you need. So they have the pre-participation physical, but like I said, it was exempt this year. Medical history, parent guardian permit, which we've already did the athletic permission slip. The rules acknowledgement, that's the one I had forgotten. Anabolic steroid use and random steroid testing form, concussion acknowledgement form, and sudden cardiac arrest. So those are all the documentation you're going to need this year. So there we go. And then once we do this, we do next step. This shows me that I still need the final signature. So I'm going to work through the final signature, click, type. I'm not going to complete this because I'm just going to delete it anyway. But that's what you do. Now, of course, if you have any questions, you can email me. You can email Coach Martinez. And if you email both of us, you'll get a response much quicker from one or the other because we usually are on opposite schedules. So if you email one of us, we will do our best to help you out. We may need to call you if there's some sort of glitch, but it tends to work out. It's usually just a misunderstanding. So that's how you register. I don't think I missed anything. So I'm going to stop share here. So yeah, hopefully we can register and upload all those documents that we need. Like I said, I'm going to extend the deadline to next Monday. Our coaches got a pretty good idea of the numbers that we're going to have, so they're going to start planning tryouts more specifically for when we return. We can't do tryouts until after September 7th. So they're working on looking at the numbers and how we're going to safely try out athletes and abide by the COVID regulations that UIL and TEA has put in place. So register, look for that email from the coaches, and we are so looking forward to seeing you and the athletes especially, and all our students. We just can't wait to get people back on campus and to build friendships and have fun. I mean, because that's what we want to do. So thank you all. I really appreciate this time. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions. My email is going to be back on the blast that you probably clicked this link through. So find my email there, find Coach Martinez's email there, and send us an email if you have any questions. Otherwise, stay safe and stay fit. Bye.